Hi friends, I hope you all are doing great. It's me, Nikki here. And you and I have been on a journey for some years now, almost 10 years. Can you believe it? Some of you have been there from the beginning and some have come along the way. But regardless, we have been through some pantries together. And so I thought it would be fun today on Throwback Thursday to go back through a few of the pantries that you and I have organized together. So let's get started. So friends, do you remember back in September of 2012 was the first time that I took you through my pantry? And it's different now. I had a door back there then that was just a solid door, and now I have the glass door. Remember these metal canisters or dispensers rather that I used to use for all of my oils, and I maximized the space at the time by putting these organizers on the actual door, and they worked great. It saved me space in my pantry. And it was a lot darker in the kitchen at that time. My footage is darker, the cabinets were dark, I had my pantry painted a dark brown, and so it really has evolved over the years. But I remember this video. You can see all the shakes in my filming. I was still a newbie learning how to hold the camera. To this day, I'm still learning how to hold the camera, still shaking you all over the place. But I learned a lot along the way. And so as you can see, the walls were dark brown, and you all know how much I love my white and grays, and this is totally different than my aesthetic now. I don't really hold on to a lot of cookbooks now, and back then I had a place in my pantry actually for cookbooks. I still have the same system of using bins to categorize my things, so that's something that works for me. But friends, look at the wire shelves. You know how much I cannot stand these types of shelves, so they are no longer in my pantry. But one thing that I did love was the fact that I used mason jars, so that was a good system that I had at that point. And look at all the canned goods. No way in the world would I have this many canned goods now. I think one of our kids they must have been kind of home for college or something at the time, because now we just don't keep that many canned goods, or our eating habits are different, but it's fun to look back on. So friends, the next time that I took you on a pantry journey was in 2015, actually February of 2015. I teamed up with my friend Catherine from the YouTube channel Do It on a Dime, and we organized my sister-in-law's pantry. She has a large pantry. She had kids, they needed function, and so we wanted to do this on a serious budget, because Catherine's channel is all about doing organization on a budget, and so that's what we implemented here. She and I went to the dollar store, we got bins and baskets all in that beautiful blue, and we were going to recreate a very budget-friendly pantry that had a lot of function and a lot of style, and we accomplished it. And I have to say, in follow-up, my sister-in-law used this pantry organized in this way for years. I mean, she really has used it for several years now, and it has functioned for her. Of course, her aesthetics has changed now. The kids are gone and grown, and Savannah's in school, and so she has more of a French farmhouse style now. So of course she evolves in her style, as we all do, but for the time, this worked perfectly for her in her home. This could work in so many family-friendly homes today. So it's really a budget way of putting together a pantry, especially if you have a large pantry. It's about creating those categories and areas for all of the things so that you can easily put groceries away when you buy them, and then you can easily retrieve them. And we're still in the year 2015. Do you remember the What Would Nikki Do episodes that I used to do, where you would write to me and I would answer your organizing dilemmas? And those segments were so much fun. I felt like we really connected and we were helping each other out. And one of you, my friends out there, one of you, Sandy from California, you sent me pictures of your pantry, and you were struggling with organizing the pantry. You would buy bins and things, but the function wasn't there for you. And so what I did was I created a map for you to help you figure out how to organize your pantry, where to position things, and kind of worked out a plan to share with you through video on how you could organize the pantry for your needs. I also went to the store to kind of give you some inspiration on some bin options and things that you can use that were very budget friendly. So then in 2016, I took you back into my pantry, but at this point you see it got a lot lighter. This is when we had renovated the kitchen. It was all white and the grays, and I painted the pantry. You see the wire shelving is gone. I have more of a lighter aesthetic, but I still have my mason jars, and I still have these baskets till this day. I love them. They're easy when it comes to organizing the pantry. You can wipe them out. They really have a lot of function to them, and they just are beautiful. I love them. And friends, while I was putting this together, it was just so much fun, kind of looking back at the footage to see, where we were, where we have gone, and where we're at now. And so this was my pantry back in 2016. And so then after this, I actually took you on the journey of organizing my friend's pantry. At the time, she was a military spouse, but her husband was deployed. She had 3 kids, and she was busy. She had a pantry that did not function for her. She did not keep canned goods and a lot of food items in her pantry because she preferred to have them in her kitchen cabinets for convenience by her stove. Again, she was pregnant at the time, big pregnant at the time. And so for her, it was about making it a place where she had a command center for her kids. She needed craft boxes for the kids so that when she cooked, she could pull them out and they could be occupied at the kitchen table while she's cooking. She just needed different needs for her pantry. Yes, she wanted to store some food items in there, such as the kids' snacks and things like that. So I transformed the space into something that when she opened the door, it was bright, it was airy, it was the colors that she loved, it was fresh, it had all of the essentials that she requested to maintain her life as a military spouse that is solo right now because her husband is deployed, and so she needed that function. I found this cute little bread box on Amazon. If I can find it, I'll still link it below. I know it comes in other colors, along with these canisters, clear canisters, so that she could see her dry goods that she wanted to keep in here. Now, she had these shelves in here originally that tried to make the pantry deeper, but the function didn't work. I understand the concept, but it did not function for what she needed. So I just ripped those things out, left the shelving that was in there, and that is all that she needed. So I think the takeaway from this is sometimes you think you're creating a system that is workable by, giving yourself more space, when that's not always the case. You may have just enough space in the right amount of space. It's just how you're working that space. So she didn't need those extra shelves in to give her depth into the pantry. That just made it a barrier for her. Now she had an open space and everything is organized so that she can efficiently get to it. So then in March 2017, I took you on the journey of organizing another friend's pantry. Now, this friend, she was an entrepreneur. She was very busy. She just did not have time to come in here and put a system in, but she needed one. She needed a system of organization within her pantry. And the reason why it looked like this at the time was because she didn't have a system. So I wanted to come in, build one for her, and bring that efficiency to her pantry for what she needed for her current lifestyle. I took everything out the pantry, got rid of everything that was expired, made sure I kept the things that were realistic for her, that they ate, and then I categorized everything. Then I got into that pantry, I cleaned it, I got it refreshed because I wanted that blank canvas. I'm always talking about that blank canvas. I then put the organizers, I shopped some wonderful organization solutions for her, and then I put those in the pantry, and then I stood back and made sure everything worked before I put any piece of food in there. And then it was just about categorizing and adding in the food. I had the system in place, I categorized everything, and I gave her a pantry that was her dream pantry that she could enjoy, that functioned for her. And because she was busy in the pantry, I made sure those things that she grabbed every day, like her salad items, were easily accessible, but in a beautiful way, by putting them in a beautiful black basket that was easy to get to, and having her canned goods so that she can easily grab them and easily see where they are. And of course, labeling everything. But this was a really fun project, and it really was rewarding to take her pantry from what it was to make it something that she was proud to leave the door open on her pantry. And so this was a success, as in all of them. And I just always love being able to take you all along with me when I did my makeover projects. Now, one thing I will say, in the description box, I'm going to put my pantry playlist so that you can see all of my pantry videos. So go and have kind of a fun just watching all of the videos. So now let's move into 2019, when I took you on a pantry reveal of one of my clients' pantries that I organized, and she had a beautiful pantry. And I went in and I wanted to really not only showcase her beautiful serving pieces and make it easy for her to get to when she's entertaining, but I wanted to give her beautiful storage. So I wanted her to be able to be in this space and really feel good about it. And she had all open shelving, so I wanted to make a display but also have the function. She also stored food in this pantry, so I wanted to make sure that on the wall where it had a lot of the dry goods and things like that, that it was easy to identify everything, easy to grab and go. I also used office accessories. You'll see the magazine holders for the condiments. It conceals them but makes it easy to access. This project was a lot of fun. So friends, I hope you've enjoyed going down memory lane with me over these 5 pantries. Definitely in the description box, check out the playlist of all my pantry videos and just take some time and go down memory lane of all the projects that you and I have worked on together. Have a beautiful day, my friends. I will see you at the next video. And this is Nikki saying goodbye.